There we go. That's a good way to start off the stream. Totally clear your throat. What's up, dudes? How are you all doing? Much to how I promised, I said I'd be here today to do some Vanguard, so we're here, like I said. um, yeah, there we go. That's a good way to start off this. Well, at least I know I'm audible because how that just popped in. With the likes of that being known now, we're basically here to do some more of the story. We're here to kind of get some missions down and see where we can get leveling wise in this. And we might do some more pools if we have some more pools. Um, I don't necessarily know if we will because we haven't been doing side grinding for this, but nonetheless, we're going to see what we can get into and try to have some fun with it. So, opening back up likes of the Vanguard. Do. I put volume on just a little bit today, to kind of test it out. And there's still the voices in the background, but I didn't necessarily know how much that would be like, oh, okay, cool, because the audio is uh, in Japanese, obviously, as you can hear right there, but the additional caveat of it is that when we're in battle, they have like key phrases that they'll say over and over again, or like when they get hit for damage, they make very specific noises. So it's like I don't know how much that'll add on without the addition of the music more so. It's like, okay, I guess. So I do love how they give you stamina every day and how you can really stack that stamina on top of itself just for logging in. Because your boy has been doing that with uh, the account I used to play Friends on. And essentially, I'm just like, all right, cool. Let's stack some stamina. And I got to the point where I had enough stamina to basically grind up one of the characters I needed to grind up to better my deck. Because the reason you do character fights is for gems to be able to craft new cards. So by having that ability, we went through with all that stamina and made like one solid deck. Okay, so today we're doing Ride 5 or Episode 5, Story Point 5, however you want to put it. We're going to be playing the likes of the Assault Twin Drives. We're going to fight against Aichi Sendo. We have to win using the Oracle Think Tanks, win in 6 turns, and win with 4 or less damage. Once again, no mulligans in this. Trying to think because I know I am ahead on my actual side. Working as should. Enjoy your working sleep. Also, thank you so much for stopping by, my dude. You hope I'm good. I hope you're good as well. Hey there. Well, look who it is. Did did Kai come by? You know. I'm doing more of the oak and less of the shin voice I'm used to doing, and that might just be like vocal exhaustion. So my brain's like, "Yep, let's go right here." Mentally, we can hit right here. You know, I haven't seen him in a couple of days, but you can never tell with that guy. Why do you want to see him so badly? Well, I was just hoping that I could have another Vanguard fight with him. The first time that we battled, I I couldn't help but feel like he was holding back a bit because I was new to the game. Since that day, I had a bunch of other battles. I know the rules pretty well, and I'm having a lot of fun now too. Let's see. Thought this was a Pokemon stream for a second. This guy here. Yeah, we gotta pull out all our Pokemon. Gotta show off, let people know that we're the best in town and we caught them all. Funnily enough, I do want to do some Pokemon on the side when or some more Pokemon on the side, but the Sword and Shield stuff, as far as like post game cleanups and maybe some raids at some point. I don't know. I've done pretty much all my post game cleanups except for the sword Pokemon that I need, and I'm supposed to get those from Joe as soon as I actually make a list like a good person versus going, yeah, but we shall see in a second how that actually goes for me. Plus, I I might just be a little better than I was, so I wanted to fight Kai again and show him he doesn't have to take it easy on me. I see. I just saw a twinkle in your eye. That's always how it is with new players. You're having so much fun playing. You don't even care whether you win or lose. Can I take a look at your deck? Uh, sure. Oh, nice. How'd the chilling go today? How'd work go? And I know you're working because sleep, but I wanted to at least get that out of the way before. Oh, my bad. Hmm. Is there something wrong? Here's the plan. Why don't you swing by the shop on your way home from school tomorrow? I'll have a surprise waiting for you. Really? Yeah, but you've got to come get it. Ride 5, Assault, Twin Drives. This is where he gets his, well, I'm not going to spoil it necessarily, but. A surprise? A surprise? Do you think it could be a present? I mean, yeah, more than likely, possibly. Uh, no, no clue. I didn't even ask. We've arrived. Work was pretty dull. Was mainly chilling and a load of people streams. No secretary action or either. Dang, no secretaries. Work. How could you? Hmm. I'm glad you were able to make it, Aichi. There we go. That's more along the lines. Thanks. Card boss. What's what's the nice thing you got for him, huh? Well, to figure that out. Well, to figure that one out, you're going to need to have a Vanguard battle first. Uh, a card fight? Huh? Yes. And once that match is over, you'll understand what the surprise is. Then count me in. I think you're good as you are. Huh? Or was always good, was just about to upload a video on YouTube and saw you were on. Nice. I'll have to check that out after this. Also, yeah, still thank you for stopping by, dude. It's Aichi that really needs to see it. Huh? What's this about? I can't hit the Morikawa right now. Like, I can't mentally wrap around the Morikawa at the moment. You'll see. I was going to have a card fight with you myself, but we're getting a new shipment of cards, and I have to go pick it up. So, in my place, I'd like you to battle Misaki. Uh-huh. I gotta fight this guy? I never had a Vanguard battle before. I made this deck for you. But I'm sure you'll be just fine, Misaki. So, it's this kind of deck. I wonder what Shin is thinking though. Let's start. That is the bright side of having the audio on. We can always hear them say to stand up to Vanguard though. So we're going first, and we're going to be playing the Oracle Think Tanks. So, okay, I'll take it first. So this is Misaki, who is the storekeeper Shin's niece, and she's also a worker of the shop because she lives with him. Pretty cool character in the foreground for the main cast, and I think that her playstyle in the game is really dope too. She plays the Oracle Think Tank set, which is a deck that revolves around checking the top cards of your deck and then rearranging them, rather you want them at the top or the bottom of your deck to get the optimum effect. Never heard of this game before. It's a card game by the company of Bushiroad. They also make the likes of Weiss Schwarz, Buddy Fight, and I'm trying to think of what the other one is they make. And they've canceled a bunch of other games in the past, so maybe you know them from that. But like, this card game is really cool. It's been mildly popular, I could say, because like I was saying last time, some shops supported it, some shops really didn't support it, and that's just the nature of the big three, where card shops really only support the big three. But it's got this mobile game back in 2019, and recently, like in April, the start of April, it finally got a translation and brought here to America. But yeah, if you're ever interested in the series, because it has its own anime too, the show is uploaded on to YouTube for the free. Really good. I got it. Draw trigger. When revealed, it allows me to draw an extra card. Uh, uh, the the ability to draw extra cards? Is that really helpful? Maybe. Sometimes. It should be my turn now. Uh, so we're going to go for Battle Sister Mocha. Well, on one hand, I want Mocha for more than a turn. So we're gonna go with Oracle Thinker, and we're going to have Oracle Thinker also be a rear guard. We're going to call our battle sister right here. That's our Sentinel. I would love to sit up here and do that because being cocky, but we're not going to necessarily do that. So I think the proper term for attack here is we're going to go right to left here. And hopefully I plant this out properly enough to get 3 damage off. And with that, that's our turn. And we got 2 CEO Amaterasus in our hand. Boy, Aichi don't know what he got coming at him. Blaster Blade! I am kind of curious. So I've been playing some online for this game recently, and I do have the wonder/worry as to if you had to go after my battle system, dude. Why you have to do that? But I do have the wonder/worry if skipping the summon animation online skips it for your opponent too. Because, like, I'll just be tapping on my screen while waiting for my friend's turn, and he'll put, like, a unit out that has a summon animation in the back of my brain. I'm like, oh, my bad. Just in case. Yes. I wouldn't celebrate yet. We're just getting started. My boy started having a victory lap. He was over there eating cashews. I don't know why he was eating cashews, but he was. Amaterasu's special ability, I get to preview the next card, and then I can leave it on top, or I can put it at the bottom of my deck. How exactly is that going to help you? Oh, you'll see. Yeah. Place on top. Critical trigger. We're going to go for 3. We're going to go for the 3-piece here. So 5 on that would sit up here and make it a 14. I know that these are blockers, though. I was just thinking about how it would be if these were interceptors versus straight-up blocks. But either way, that should be kill unless they gave him a Sentinel, which I don't believe they did, but still. You see, my Vanguard has a twin drive. And what's that? All grade 3 cards have a special ability that's called Twin Drive. Instead of drawing 1 drive trigger, you draw 2. That is the power of grade 3 unit. First Checo. So, as I was loosely explaining it last time, each unit is a different grade, and your goal in the game is to upgrade your grades each turn to make the game easier for yourself, and the major goal of trying to get your opponent to 6 damage. But with that, each unit has, or each different grade type has its own abilities. Grade 0s and grade 1s being able to boost, grade 2s being able to block an attack from the field, as opposed to just from the hand, because that's usually how it works. You block damage from the hand. And then grade 3s, their major claim to fame is triple drive is twin drive. Triple drive is for grade fours, but I don't necessarily know where grade fours are currently sitting inside of the game. From some stuff that I've seen recently, I believe that they are still active. I just know that there's also a newer system involved as well. So we got a 3-star on that. We cleared it out. When I did this the first time, though, I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I didn't read through it. I was like, oh, cool, we unlocked her. And then I switched over to Aichi, thinking that they wanted me to do it with the Royal Paladins really fast. Like, huh, probably should have read. Ugh, Aichi lost? I, I had some better cards. Bla- Blaster Blade isn't enough on his own. Or I need some better cards. So, you lost to Misaki, eh? Uh, yes. Did you find anything surprising? I I did. I saw that there are still a lot of things I need to learn. Vanguard is much bigger and more complicated than I thought. That was the special thing that I wanted you to see with your own eyes. We all started like you know, super eager to be playing the game, and yet only knowing a bit about it. That's not how you get better, though. And you're not going to defeat Kai that way, are you? Oh, oh, glad you saw it. That's a big step today. If you have questions about cards, I'll always be happy to answer them for you. Thank you very much. Misaki's strong, and all those cards I've never seen before. I wanted to know more about Vanguard and get even stronger. So the next time I face Kai. So we ranked up right here. We should be grade 4. I was like, if I could get it to actually register. So the way that they've been running packs seems interesting, but I do have curiosities. The beautiful goddess, shining radiant. Hey, she is a beautiful goddess. The Oracle think tanks have been unlocked. You have received the following cards: Zon Magnus, Godhawk, Battle Sister, Eclair, and Supple Bamboo Princess Kaguya. So, something you might have saw while I was doing a quick look in the shop. They have clan pickup packs right now, and it's kind of close to how Dokkan does pickup packs for specific categories. But they also have packs closer to the traditional pack style with the likes of having a clan blend. Now, mind you, these still have a clan blend, but the major difference seems to be that the featured unit has a higher rate or something along those lines. But my question is, are they going to do this regularly? Are they going to retire cards? How are they going to approach this necessarily? Um, I do want to pull on this, but I only have 6 tickets and I have 1,000 gems. I could do 1,000 gems for 10 pulls, but I kind of want to see what we could do. Mostly what I've been trying to do is hold on to some kind of backstock just in case they do something majorly cool relatively soon. because with the anime already having so much content in it, and them trying to catch up with the content, but also the game being a year old, it's kind of like this mixed bag of they could do a crazy content drop anytime they want. Like I said last time, hell, I could see them having events for the whole year and still be good. So we have to build a Oracle Think Tank deck. Usually, what I do for the likes of building the decks for these missions is like a quick auto create because you won't have enough of the deck unless you've been pulling. But we did pull a little bit, so let's go through and kind of have a quick look. Forerunner, when road move to rear guard at the start or at the end of the turn, this unit boosted, draw a card, and return it with deck. Let's see. Oh, return the booster to the deck. It's like the Nova Grappler one. All your Forerunners are usually generics in his generation, so they have pretty similar effects. That's why I was able to be like, okay, despite not recognizing that symbol. Um, but later on, they get more effect specific Forerunners. Does look like a neat game. Oh, dude, I love the collect for this one too. I really wish more places supported it, so I didn't have to like ride far out. Well, it's not far out, but it's all the way across town to get to the one shop that majorly supports it. Road upon rear guard, put this unit into your soul to look at the top 5 cards of your deck, add any grade 3s. I'm looking like, do I want top card or do I want top 5? Put this unit into your soul to have 1 unit get 3,000 until the end of the turn. Godhawk. At the start of your turn or start of your phase, look at the 5 cards of your deck, ride a goddess of the crescent moon, Tsukiyomi, and put the rest of the deck, or put the rest on the bottom of the deck. If you rode, you cannot normal ride during this ride phase. So, superior ride for Miss Tsukiyomi. But the only problem is I only have 1 crescent moon Tsukiyomi. So what I think I'll do is I'll probably go with top 5 for now until I get some more Sukis, because I'll have to craft my Sukis. Suki Yomi is a part of a 3 grade, well, she has a grade 4 now, but a 3 grade ride chain unit where her effect is basically, oh, ride this unit on top of this unit. Because you rode the new unit on top of the previous unit, then you get new bonus effects. When placed, you may put a card from your hand into your soul. Got 4 piece of you. I guess we're going to go soul stock with it, which makes sense because I am a soul charger, so when this unit is boosted, if your soul has 6 or more, draw a card and put a card from your hand to the bottom of the deck. My disclaimer here, though, is I haven't played like crazy amounts of OTT, which is the abbreviation for Oracle Think Tank. If we're making it easier on all of us, I have to use some elementals. I think we want to use some wind elementals on this. I don't have enough grade 1s for it. Oddly enough, I do have 2 Tsukiyomi half moons. So just to kind of read this. When placed, if Godhawk Ichibashi is in your soul. At the start of your ride phase, look at 5 units from the top of your deck, ride a goddess of the full moon, Tsukiyomi, and put the rest of the cards on the bottom of your deck. If you roll it this way, you can't ride normally. What are my grade 3s for this deck? Done? Well, no, we got a generic grade 3. When his unit attacks, if your soul has 6 or more cards, draw and put a card from your hand to the bottom of the deck. Yeah. We'll probably go Suki. We'll probably go Suki Bill, and it'll be like the worst version of it possible, but it'll be fun. When this unit attacks, if your soul... Yeah, we already read you, I believe. During your turn, if your soul is 6 or more, this card gets 3,000 plus. When this unit attacks, hits the Vanguard, Soul Blast 2 to draw a card. I'm just trying to be... Well, general rule of thumb is it's probably better to be more in your category than try and throw in a bunch of Cray Elementals, your generic units. Where that also falls to fault is plans break off into different subsections, and the way that they work out with each other is very interesting. So it could be of the same clan, but because of how it works or wants to work, it doesn't necessarily want to play well together. So that's why it's a situation of, yeah, this is what I have for the moment, and it'd probably make the most sense to just throw it in, but we're also not just gonna go buck wild with it. Uh, I really hate hand advantage inside of this game or inside the mobile version just because it doesn't work out in the way you want it to. But I think I'll go draws for OTTs. Until I do move. So we have to win one character fight against Misaki. The reason they wanted us to do that is because you get, well, I don't want to say you get better scores for using your own. You get a 3-star if you use your own clan against the character. Whereas if you can use any deck you want inside the character battles, it's just more productive to use the actual deck because one, you get to train it up and practice it, while also two, having having the ability to, you know, kind of see where you need to craft it. Cool. So where I do have an issue with the system, though, for character battle, well, I don't know if it exceeds character battles because I'm not that far in the story yet to have gotten to a point where it's a possibility. But a small issue I do have with it is when you get to the very hard mode or the hard and very hard mode, they give the NPC, instead of like giving them extra damage points that you have to hit, because easy mode is less damage points that you have to hit, their opt-in, like their brilliant idea was, let's make it where where all your opponent's units get plus 1000 or plus 2000 to them. So a grade 2 unit is essentially a grade 3 unit at that point, and the grade 3s are ridiculous to deal with without a booster. Thousand. I think we're going to start off here. And the reason we're going to start off there is because you're a generic unit, I can get this. You're a generic unit, I can get onto the field without worrying about effect first turn, as well as the likes of not being too low in attack, like our 6,000 point unit in our hand. Because starting off with a starting low Vanguard makes you an easy target for some early damage. I think out of cheesiness, let's try it this way. So that's 2 in the soul right now. We're not going to necessarily get these effects off. So let's see. I'm gonna soul charge. That should be 3 in the soul now. And then activate. Ooh. It sucks to take a heal trigger, or yeah, it sucks to take a heal trigger, but I guess we're gonna go for it. So the way we're going to hit in is we're gonna go for our 9k with no rear guard first. That's 5k plus. Oof. That's solid 18. We're gonna hit with Vanguard and heal trigger. Nice. We actually get to use it too. And that's enough to actually boost our rear guard to be able to hit this turn. You would think with how this deck is, and one, I really do enjoy this one. It's just being new to using this style more so, and two, not having a lot of new units, period. But you would think with how this deck is, I'd be playing it like left and right and be investing my extra points into it. I've been investing my points into my mains mostly. I do need to get a working Bermuda deck and a working Dark Irregulars deck onto this account. But part of the issue with that is that, hold on, so part of the issue with me burning through my points left and right is that Shadow Paladins will be out relatively soon. And when Shadow Paladins come out, then I'm just gonna be sitting there like, oh, I should have saved for Shadows. And then I'll be really mad, because it's like, well, I guess I can't get the main things I need for Shadow Paladins. Those draws worked out a lot better. I know. I'm debating if I want to switch to stands in my other decks, but I think stands have as much of a utility. It just takes from the utility based on how the game plays. I suggest you start putting in those points. What's up, boss? How are you doing today, dude? Yeah. It's just so hard to not want to pull on stuff. Really, with this game, where I quite literally have binders. Like this in Yu-Gi-Oh! I have binders of stuff that I want that I collected and stuff that I want to collect. I think Pokemon's equally good in like terms of things I'll collect, but there's only one set I've fully collected so far, or pretty much fully collected. There's more sets I'd probably fully collect for Pokemon, but not to the degree of this or Yu-Gi-Oh, where it's like, damn. I know some people like that's blasphemous. You'd collect full sets for Yu-Gi-Oh, because some people don't like the art for Yu-Gi-Oh as much. You're having a day. Hopefully, it's a good one. I'm alright, dude. Um, been low energy most of the day, but I said I was going to do this, so we came to do it. And I'm having fun over here. So, thanks for asking, bro. You kind of have the talent for it. If you just continue to Vanguard fights like this, you'll become a strong fighter. I never knew there were I never knew there was a fighter like you. It looks like there's still a lot of Vanguard that I don't know about. Anyway, it won't be the same when we meet next, as I will win next time. See ya. It's funny to me when they have those little dialogue sections there because, um, like I was saying, it's optimum to play as yourself. And when you're playing as yourself and you have that kind of conversation point, it's like, oh, I can't wait to see me again either. Good conversation, me. I love the conversations me and I have. Uh, no, let's check. Let's level up first because I'd be mad. So what I did last time, I thought I was getting ahead of the curve, and I cleared the next level mission, only for the game to be like, nah, you should have waited. So we are now officially grade 5. That gets us 100 gems. Dude. So win one against Misaki at easy or greater, and that's exactly why I didn't do it. And then do ride 6. You're gonna head to bed, but we'll drop the lurk and catch you in the morning for you anyway. Thanks for chilling out, Jeff. Hopefully you sleep well, and yeah, hope to catch you later, man. About the rest of the Namco Gojo. Oh man, here comes that boy, Kamui. Kamui, the young fighter. Fight opponent, Aichi. Win using Nova Grappler. Win within 6 turns. Actually, this is the one where I messed up. It's not Misaki's I messed up on, it was Kamui's. I'm still mad that I did that. I'm like, huh? Your deck is really bad. Hey, kid, I'm gonna stand and draw. This fight belongs to me. No, no way. Destroy him, Asura Kaiser. Finishing hold. Uh, now, who said they'd never lose to a little grade schooler punk like me? Tell all the people who lost. I lost. alright, guys. Having fiction. Issue that issues that are not good. I see. Say it louder. Hey, take it easy. You already beat him. Only two damage? Unreal. Oh, I'm for real. In fact, you could say that this guy right here is the true genuine automobile. I'm young, I'm cool, and I'm number one. I'm pretty sure you mean the genuine article. I know, I still kind of like his big thing is that he's very cocky, but he also has like this issue where he messes his words up with common phrases a lot. So that's a big joke for him. Uh but I think like sometimes it's so out there that it's funny enough to actually work. But also, I think I need to think of an intro for this channel trailer. It's been bugging you. Thank you, girl. I was genuinely confused. This man here. Kamui, you're the best! CS, yo, CS. CS? Crazy strong, dude. His pals are really interesting as well. I do like them showing up, and I think that they're like fun tag-alongs that grow into his personality. I even think that it's cool how they incorporate them with the show for the long part. It's just really sucky when it happens. Not necessarily to the character, but something in real life happened, which kind of lessens that. This guy seems like a BH to me, right, guys? BH still sounds like a funny ass way to say bitch. Hey, yo, look at them BHs. BH? Butthead? Why you brat? Hey, hey, wait, will you have a fight with me next? Who are you? Aichi Sendo. Aichi Sendo? You're weak. I'm strong. No thanks, bud. Huh? I can always tell who's strong. And you're just not it, my friend. I draw the line at beating up on babies. Whoosh. I knew I would find you here. Triple exclamation point. Who is that? Hey, are you here to learn about Vanguard? Because I'm pretty much the best player in town. So if you want to know anything. So the reason I'm not trying at a Kamui voice is because I definitely could not, on my best day, not even on my best day, do I think I could pull off a Kamui voice. um, Female voices and young dude voices are somewhat out of my range. So it's one of those big moments of we're not even going to hurt ourselves on that one. Actually, right now, there's something I want to know. How would you like to be my girlfriend? Wait, no. It's not my girlfriend. It's my girlfriend. Huh? I like how she acknowledges it with a hmm. I want to be like, I. So back to the conversation at hand. Well, Aichi, Emmy, how do you think they know each other? Let's find out. Just chill, yo. What gives, Aichi? You said you said you'd help me with my homework today, right? I I swear I didn't forget. I just thought I'd swing by and grab myself a booster pack, and then it turned into a few matches, and then it turned into, well, several hours later. This is an issue I very much know. Really, when the card shop was like 2 miles away from campus in college, still need to hear your Jeff voice. I gotta get it for you. I gotta find my inner Jeff once more. So like when I was on the college campus, mind you, I was still commuting back and forth between campus, but when the game lab was closed or like moving slow for the day and none of the homies were really around, and I was like, well, I'm done with classes. I just go down to the card shop because it was only a quick train ride down, like maybe 2 or 3 stops, which is about 2-ish miles, 2.5 miles. Well, it's more than that, but like I know it wasn't too crazy. I walked a lot downtown, and I'd just be like, all right, I'll be here for a little bit. Somehow ends up being there until closing time. You thought wrong. We're leaving, but I haven't bought it yet. What part of we're leaving was unclear. What? Oh, come on! They act like they know each other super well. The way she pulled him out of here was crazy. Do you think maybe she's his girlfriend? I'm not even going to bother correcting them. Bro, it's the same way at Game Crazy. You just be sitting there looking at different games until they closed. Ride 6, Kamui, the young fighter. And here's a booster pack. Thank you. Which I'm sure they didn't like, but whatever. Whoosh. I did the same with GameStop for a bit. Um, but I was cool with the workers. We would kind of sit there and play the demos in downtime. And this was when the 360 was still in its younger age but popular. Um, so there were a bunch of different things on it for the demo kiosk. But then also sometimes I just have like a game that I hadn't beaten yet or couldn't figure out on my PSP, and I'd be like, "Would you mind if I looked at the strategy guide real quick?" And yeah, they didn't really care as long as I didn't damage it. So I just sit there and read the strategy guide while they were just opening, and since I wasn't making a fuss or anything, they didn't really care. Hell yeah, and I'd be there like 3 or 4 times a week. Oh, same. I challenge you to a duel, a card fight. Let's do this. I I thought you didn't want to play me. Yeah, well that was before. I saw you with my dream girl. What? I don't really get it, but I'd be happy to fight you. Okay, let's go. How's the audio on the actual game? Like I said, I put it on a little bit. I didn't want to overdo it because of the in-game sound effects when getting hit, but I did want to give some of the flavor of it. Game Crazy was a place that had actual systems out on the floor, and if you asked, you could play a game before buying it. I, I, I guess I'll be taking the first turn then. I remember. I had a Game Crazy near my house. Went there all the time. Um, for the Hollywood Video and the Game Crazy. That's where I got all my stuff for a while, and then started going to EB for a while. Yeah, going second is what I prefer. Um, Game Crazy is one of the places in the universe that had their whole design aesthetic was fences on walls, and somehow it was the greatest thing. I'm taking it you can't really hear it, but I didn't want to overdo it crazy much. I'll do it up just a bit more. As far as like playing their stuff, I don't know, I was always with somebody else, so I didn't get that deep into it. I played when they had like a TV on the counter and something already set up, but like I never got to do like the straight up, hey, can I play this? We had a retro place later that I did that with though. For Game Crazy till they closed. I liked them. Part of my issue with them later on is they did become a bit more expensive in a lot of situations. So depending on the situation, it'd be like Game Crazy, maybe EB, and then EB was like, well, nah. Game Crazy, GameStop, before the whole merger of sorts. And then it just kind of became GameStop because they were more available at some point. What you based your room on? This guy. I know. I miss a lot of things about that era. And I really do want to sometimes go back to it. I just also am like, damn, there's so much cool stuff currently too. You see, there's a reason I like going second, because it lets me attack first. Vanguardにアタック! ドライブチェック! None there. ダメージチェック! スキル発動! Stand and draw! In hindsight, I kind of wish that Game Craze, the likes of Game Crazy, would have set up here and had its own separate locations. Kind of like how Dunkin' Donuts and Baskin Robbins, there are separate Dunkin' Donuts locations from Baskin Robbins, but, you know, like, they still operate as one unit company. I think that would have made Game Craze last at least a little bit longer in that fight. Well, at least I can actually do that now. I made a mistake. So we got the king and queen here because boost effect, going to go brutal jack, or genocide jack into this for a 19. So that's 17, that's 19, and you have no ability, but she has the ability. So that should be 20 right there. Pause. I almost forgot to activate his skill. Where I used to live, they were separate buildings. Wasn't until I moved here that I saw them in the same building. Yeah, no, quite literally. All of them were the same building. Which means they had to buy out really big retail spaces or really big retail locations to not only house all those movies in the first place, but then they had to do it for the likes of. They had to do it for the likes of housing all those games. So if I had to know anything that probably took them down, probably the biggest factor in that story would be the retail space price itself. I can stand one of my rear guard units. Going to stand the hell out of King. Our plan still kind of plays out. We don't get the full boosto effect of using Queen on top of that, but we did get 3 damage off on him. Kamui is seriously good at Vanguard. My only chance is to hit them with everything. Ah, this is it. Celerity Knight, Gancelot. I think like that's a lot of the reason, Phil. Because where you lived originally, I'm going to assume that a lot of places weren't equivalent to the size of location that they would have needed to house an establishment of that level, or if they were to that degree, because the way land is in that direction, nobody was really willing to be like, all right, we're going to give up this much land for a game store and a video store. So it's like more so, let's separate and conquer by having them as 2 different locations. I got so close, but that's my turn. My boy got so close. But in the end, it even matters. Right, Kaiser! We got our boy Mr. Invincible, we got the Raikizer, we got the King of Swords. Oh yeah, the place was the Hollywood Video and Blockbuster and such were all in strip malls, so they couldn't have given up the space. Oh, definitely there then. Well, they were in strip malls here. It's just the difference in real estate between the 2 places. Like, real estate is more expensive here, but there's more of it. Whereas, while real estate's cheap out there, there's less land to be divvied up between different locations. And so much of it has to be residential, and so much of it can be commercial, while the rest of it is unusable. So I can kind of see why they would handle it in the way that they chose to handle it in the area you were in before. That's game. He's strong, but not in the same way as Kai and Misaki. I love being able to fight all sorts of people. Aichi Sendo! You lost. Now give me what I want. I'm gonna take your lady, okay? What do you mean? You know, your girlfriend there. Uh-huh. Whoosh. I like how this happens just perfectly on cue, too. Your girlfriend. Whoosh. Aichi! Exclamation points. So you're here again? Aichi, is your homework done? Uh, um, not yet. I also know that feel. Staying to close without having homework done. Check. Nonetheless, it's still sad to see a business like you like go under because of some other business. Oh yeah, really, if they don't do the things that you necessarily like in the same manner or at all. I could say that about a lot of places. Some people are like, yo, who still even shops at Kmart? Kmart or like trying to think. Or Toys R Us when it went out for a bit. Or hell, Radio Shack. Uh I think like there is something special about having a specialty store. It just sucks that if you don't need that specialty, you're not going to necessarily go there. And because you're not going there, they're not going to get business. And by that logic, they're not going to stay in business. Now, Kmart being the exception in an example I gave there, people more so falling out of favor with them because of the likes of Target and Walmart. But I still think they had their place inside of the market with that whole conversation there. Um, as far as Radio Shack, I think it was cool to have an enthusiast electronics store that was in a neat little package. Like, yeah, I also have other computer stores that I can go to here, but like that's a neat little package one that you can go to in almost any strip mall. And if you kind of have some general hobby that was tech based, you could find stuff for it decently. As for Toys R Us, there's also like stuff that it was like beyond your regular toy aisle. If you're like collecting something, you don't necessarily want to order from Amazon or Blase Blase because you can't see the box until you get it, or maybe there's something goofy with how they like to ship. But seeing it in person makes it different. Well, that's not going to work for me because you know that mom told me to make sure you finish all your homework. Guy needs to step away from my dream girl. Those two. It can be hard to tell which one of them is the older sibling sometimes. What'd you say? They're brother and sister, commonly known as siblings. Siblings? Dot 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 dot. Brother! Um, come again. Oni-san! Oni-san! I still love how fast that whole idea changes right there. Oh, fun fact that I learned though, Joe, from that last session, because you were like, if only I could clip this to show it to you. Yeah, apparently they do have clips. I just think that it's only on the creator side, and that's funny. Oops. I also didn't realize it was 7:30, but alright. I look up to you like a brother, because you're one of the coolest guys I know. They couldn't be so much more blatant how this is right here. It couldn't be any more blatant. Oh, what are you? Please, brother. You've got to hang out with me again sometime soon. I'm not your brother. Come on, bro. I'm reaching out here. Come on. Ah! I'll do anything you want, brother. Brother! The weird thing is I could just imagine like Al from Full Metal saying that, brother! I think like Full Metal was forever ruined somebody saying brother for me. Because like every time I hear it, I just go, it's either Hulk Hogan or it's Al from Full Metal. There's no in between. All right, brother. All right, brother. No, not brother. Like Full Metal. But brother. But brother. Like Hogan. Damn you. I knew it was coming. But like I'm telling you, legit, there is no in between. If you are of a certain age, that's how you hear it. I find it funny that we had the same joke in mind, though. Demonic Dragon Mage. Himenera. Himnara. I like how they silhouette her. I just find it so interesting that that's their choice. On one hand, I have a grade 3 in my hand. On the other hand, it's my heal trigger. I don't necessarily want to do it, but I think I gotta keep it just for that reason. Oh, son of a bitch. Every time. Units in your soul. Or when this unit boosts your soul 6 or more. Draw a card. Put a card. I'm gonna go generic on this again. We're going to end first turn because we don't want to leave too many openings. Because then that would deplete our resources. Drive check. Well, at least we got rid of another generic. And that's our third heal trigger. I can tell how this game's gonna go. Alright. We clearly have to end this one quickly. Quickly on the scene. I mean, why not? Why not soul charge our unit? That should hit to 13, but yeah. Good thing we left that open because there's a chance for a trigger here. Hey! Hey! And some rights that more than makes up for us tripling into our heal triggers. Promised Daughter. I like how she puts 2 Promised Daughters out, and then she also puts the Battle Sister out. I think that's actually how I have it set up in my binder, too. Why I have 2 Promised Daughters inside my binder, the world may never know. You managed to still squeak it out there, but it's fine. It should be. Hold on. I don't want to jinx it. Ah, damn, I can't do it here because I can't do. I can't necessarily do my hold. So basically, in the show, they have a trend of saying final turn on their final turn, like calling it out. This is a thing that's been controversial inside of the real world to some degree because of players at tournaments. But it's something that the fans do love. So they do have it inside the game, and it's a emote you can do during the battle, but you can only do it once per game. And I was like, oh, we're actually going to hit final turn. Let's do it. And then the game is like, nah, can't sit up here and hit it. But I also guess I'm glad I didn't do it because the likes of that not actually being final turn for us. Hayu. That's gonna be it. With the luck we had, we'd have to have crazy luck to get a heal right now. Yeah. But at least you get to see a lose animation right there. I felt I should have threw the heal back, but like, dude. I didn't know we were going to draw into all three of them like that. Where's my mulligan card? Got a draw and we got a crit. Do I want to throw the draw back or do I want to throw the crit? I'll throw the crit back. We have more than enough draw power. I don't know if it's necessarily the case or if that's just how it works. Yep. Yep. I don't know if that's necessarily the case or if that's just how it seemed to have worked out. Who's the kid with the spiky hair? Shobu. Flame hands up in the air. Shobu. Gotta sit up here and care. Shobu. Trophy winner. Shobu. Take it home. Shobu. This guy here. This guy here. Not going to invoke because that's going to grade lock us. Although we should have attacked the opposite way. That's my bad. This man right here. I thought you were actually asking who's the kid with the spiky hair, and I was like, which one? Which one? Sorry. Huh? I see you, Joe. I see you, Joe. I miss Duel Master. I always miss Duel Masters. I compare this game to Duel Masters, so it's okay. I understand. Duel Masters. Fuck, I still have my frame certificate from the Duel Masters tournament I was in. I remember when it came back for a while, but like, it just wasn't the same at that point either. Seems somewhat similar. Pretty much is. No sacrifice for mana system. There's a sacrifice for mana system. You see that damage I'm taking over there? That's my sacrifice. That's how you activate your effect for the most part. You activate your effect from there, or it's basically tribute fodder. You sacrifice from different places. How big is the soul right now? Not big enough. But we also can't sacrifice our booster in this situation. Oh my god. Alright. So we have to put out 3 damage this turn. I think that could be accomplished if I go this route. 3k to the face. 3k. 3k to the face. No. And that's because our rear guard's holding us back a little bit. So if we lose this, it's going to be by 1 damage. It'll super suck too. But I'm guaranteeing it'll happen because we basically got the same heal luck there. I think what needs to happen, though, is I need to change up what her actual trigger set is. So I don't feel as bad about returning the unit just because I don't have much of the unit. Or much of the units. It's not even like this hard at this level, it's just bad choices. Bad choices on bad draws. Stand up! Vanguard! Stand and draw! Light! I will say this makes far more sense than the Kingdom Hearts game, because the Kingdom Hearts game wasn't meant to be played. It was meant to set. It was meant to be collected. Stand and draw. Light. Collected. Vanguard ni attack. Drive check. Damage check. Get. Draw trigger. Okay, so we can invoke when we put him out there this time. Because we do have some 9s. It really wasn't. Just like the original format for the Dragon. Am I back? It says I reconnected. But it had, like, OBS just had a quick moment again. Yeah. Let me just double check. You're back. Okay, cool. Yeah, just like the original version of the Dragon Ball Z game isn't meant to be played in technical terms. That's why it's like, that reboot. Now that looked good. Or Digimon's original card game. Well, I say original card game. I'm pretty sure they haven't rebooted Digimon's card game. I just remember when the card game aisle used to be littered with a bunch of, and the format in the market is still littered with a bunch of stuff. But I remember like going to the card section whenever I couldn't make it to the card shop, and it's just littered with a bunch of different things. They're like, damn, who out here buying this? But I know people were also probably looking at me in that same manner as the who out here buying these Yu-Gi-Ohs? Which version of the Digimon card game? You know the one. We gotta sit up here and invoke it just because they just moved all our triggers to the bottom of the deck. So that's gonna be crucial for us either way. Either way the eggshell lands on that one. Damage check. That's 18, so we are just out of range for it. Did you play the Duel Masters when it came back?
Vanguard にアタック。ダメージチェック。Vanguard にアタック。ダメージチェック。
The real question is, when's that Beyblade tournament? I remember reading about those when I was a kid, dude. I was like, yo, we going. I did not when it came back. I think, like, the killer part about it is its styling became a lot more, like, chaotic to me. And I liked chaotic. Don't get me wrong. I played chaotic, too. Another dead card game that I miss and remember. But, like, most of the life for chaotic was online. Yeah, but I don't know, that's always the impression I kind of had about it towards the end. Okay, there was a Digimon card game with Season 1, and the Season 3 one with Season 4 that didn't make sense, and then got rebooted was better. I was saying more so, I don't think it's been rebooted recently, but the ones I am aware of are both Season 1 and Season 3. I didn't mess with the Season 4 one. I got a perfect kill on this one. That's the problem with not having anything for the damn deck, but you have to grind this to do that, and it's like, I think I might have to actually do a pool. Not making excuses just to do pools. I might actually have to do a... I've not done a new card game in years. Good. I told them about that. It was just like, what did you tell them about that? I told them about it. I plan to do a little bit more, but we are brushing up on 8, and this definitely didn't help. The likes of getting spear-walled on this situation. So we'll probably just about get done fighting her and then probably go into the end. Change our trigger setup, turn those into our draws, turn our draws into our heals. Leave our crits as they are. That way I could toss our heals back into the deck without any repercussion. The season 3 one was okay. It was a bit hard to play, but most kids bought it
アイテムは
thinking
集まりました
it
か
would affect
ア
season
イテ
3
ムを消費
devices
すれば
like
好
it
き
did
な
in the
カードが
show.
手に入りますよ
Well, I bought it. It also had like the
今日
whole
はチェッ
same.
クがないから
It didn't necessarily have the same effect, but the way that the styling of how they did the cards, it kind of looked like the e-reader cards from Pokemon at the time. Sorry, I've been on a digi binge all day. Oh? Why is that, Joe? What's had you on digi binge? Digi binge gaming? Did not help. See, I think like that was just a styling if you weren't the big three at the time. Well, even the big three, because
勝負よ
Pokemon was the issue with why that was the styling of the time. But like even some of the older Dragon Balls Dragon Ball cards I remember having, they kind of had the same styling in that sense, where it's like, oh, okay, cool.
Stand up Vanguard Stand and
But the
draw
reason you didn't mistake it with the Dragon Ball thing is because the most recent Dragon Ball game was old as all heck at that point.
Stand and draw
Digimon is just a thing for me. We got to talking about the show earlier.
ライト
It's just a thing for me as well, sir. But I'm also like, this is a battle phase turn. I can go into it then.
スキル発動
We have 3 2s in our hand, so we can go for it.
ヴァンガードにアタックドライブチェック
But if we're going for it, we def need to go for it. I would have rather the crit than the draw, but we'll take it.
ヴァンガードにアタックダメージチェック
We still got our 2 damage in early
スタ
game.
ンドドローライト頼んだわよコールスキル発動ヴァン
Kiryasu.
ガードにアタックダメージチェック
Thank you. I mean, at least we actually got a heal trigger in the check versus drawing it. But all right.
スタンドドロー
I don't know if I've necessarily explained it on stream yet, but the mechanic for healing inside of this game is you have to be equal or greater damage to your opponent. So that's why I was like, thank you, because it was kind of
コ
a
ール
futile effort at that point. Specifically, it was about how season 4 was approved for US TV when it's literally about Satan eating the world and fighting him. I see nothing wrong with this plot. What do you mean you have a problem with season 4? Season 4 was good. They had Jello pudding. Everybody was
ヴ
there.
ァンガードにアタックダメージチェックヴァンガードにアタックドライブチェック
It was happy fun times, and like they woke up at the end of it and found out it was all just a dream.
光り輝く
Nothing wrong
美
with
しき女神
Oh,
ライト
the CEO, Amaterasu.
スキル発動
This is the utter killer in this situation.
頼んだわよ
You're fighting against a full-fledged version of the deck, so even if it is easy, it's easy in the sense of you having to deal with the effects still. But US
ヴァン
TV,
ガードにアタック
US TV and US Belief such just could not understand how that got approved. You want to talk about that? Let's just get into the general concept of a lot of things that have been approved over the last few years, or in general in television media. The censors are really stupid, in my opinion, because it's like, oh man, we can't have this on our TV. But it's by this one guy. This one guy make us money. All right. Like dudes get up in arms about how TOS is for websites. I'm like, man, have you not seen TV show TOS? And like, it's technically not TV show TOS, but don't invoke. We're gonna Reshi round this. I like the fact that we have 3 of the 4 elementals on the field right now, just chilling. Like, yeah. Has 2 of those in the deck. Pulled both of them for our trigger. Hey, we did it. Money makes the world go round. I mean, it's always been the method. Even when money used to be drawings on the wall or beer. But the Egyptians weren't too far from that one. Money still is beer. You get yourself a nice case of beer, you can get somebody to do work. As long as they drink beer. So we went from rank 3 to rank 6 today. We got a few missions done, or grade 6. Imagine we ranked up like that. Unleash the brutal soul of evil. Nova Grapplers unlocked. That boy Kamui is now unlocked. Nova Grapplers are now unlocked. Receive the cards. Battle Riser, Jagger, or yeah. Manzinger. If you can't tell, I didn't play much in Novus either. And Lionette Hart. There's a unit specifically between Spike Brothers that sometimes I'll just be like, yep, and I'll say its name as if it's a Nova Grappler, and I'm just like, shit. Do like beer. I still remember the time I had a guy make me into a billionaire for a case of beer. Good times. To all of you wondering where this guy is now and what kind of beer he drinks, I'll let you know later. Actually have the utilities to make. We have some Nova stuff only because likes of pools, but Darren Blakuga. So that's the name that I always sit up here and think about while I'm playing the likes of. I actually have Block Cougars. I have Block Cougars. Bet. This isn't going to turn out super well because we only have one of each unit. So there is going to be some genericness here, but hey, yes, at one time into the future. Hey man, don't ever doubt the future. There's a reason we try to get back to it 3 times. So it's a detriment of a unit to have in the deck, especially in such a large quantity. But if we can get more Block Cougar line, we'd be good. That's a 12k beater otherwise. Scorched Earth, Scorched Earth. But did we save it? We actually did save the future last Tuesday. You know, we met with the High Council of the future. We talked to them about future plans. We got them to delegate that nobody should attack the future anymore, and it led to the very stern, all right, guys, nobody attack the future talk. So, yeah, we should be set. Future should be safe. And to think all it took was a council of future holders. We're going to go for the stands in the deck. We're going to go for the stands. Probably totally not worth it, but this is where we'll get to see. This is where we get to play around with stuff. In fairness, I did have a problem even when playing this on a decently regular level with deciding on what trigger set I wanted to play. Just because it's like, that defines how aggressive you can play into stuff. So I'm not gonna lie to you, I would trade some of my other triggers for one extra heal. Like, one extra heal if that was possible, but that's not an option. So, due to that not being an option. How about you can have an extra heal, but you gotta lose 2 triggers. Like, you can't have 2 crit trigs. I'd be like, alright, bet. That's how good that one extra heal would be. About just put a basic ass vanilla unit inside your deck. I like how I kept trying to order it, and I'm like, just pick the deck. Just pick the deck. Stop trying to rearrange the order of the deck. Just pick the deck. Oh. We have the whole chain except for the grade 1 unit.
Stand up! Vanguard! Stand and draw! Ride!
To which, if we get the grade 2 out there, that doesn't even matter at that point.
Stand and draw!
Because we can't use the other dude until we get the grade 2 out there, so...
Ride!
That's the only killer here. We're gonna go straight into battle like this and hope that we get a trig. No, that's fine.
スタンドドロー荒れ狂う邪悪
Nice.
なる魂解放ジェノサイドジャックに俺様ライド
Brutal Jack. Putting that man out there first round set. I guess that's the only advantage of me not doing damage there. He couldn't use the full likeness of Brutal Jack there.
ライド
Black Cougar. Alright, I gotta help people. Alright, Joe. Thanks for stopping through, dude. Yeah, I'll catch you later. We're gonna attack into the side, and hopefully we get a stand off this. Or critical. I'll take that. The only reason I was hoping for a stand is because we'd still have gotten to get the attack off there and boost into him. But I'm playing a risky game right here with this setup anyway. Because the minute that this isn't my Vanguard, essentially he becomes a 7k hitter, and for a grade 2, that's definitely weak sauce. Yeah, like, it's hard to run 8k grade 2 units just because, like, they're such open targets if you get stuck with them as your Vanguard. But, like, the likes of their effect usually pays out enough that it's like, I still gotta run it. If Black Cougar is in your soul, gain plus 1,000. When this unit attack hits a Vanguard, counterblast 2, and discard 2 from your hand. Stand all of your units in the center column. Draw a card. Black Cougar! Well, right, Stern Black Cougar, all this. Should have called him somewhere else, but that's fine. Because based on the plans of this turn, it will to end it. I just really want to see the restand here. Alright, we don't have enough damage for it. Or, no, we didn't have enough hand size. That's my bad, but I wanted to end it either way. That's probably one of the few reasons to run a draw for this deck, because of the Stern side. The rare odd discard of the Nova Grapplers. I guess I shouldn't say rare odd discard, but like, I don't know, dude. From what I've seen, they usually don't have to do too much discarding. Well, well, aren't you doing good? To be frank, that's a huge deal since you won against the Great Kamui. But this won't happen next time we fight. The Great Kamui's Nova Grappler deck will beat you down. Put it in a peach. What? You mean without a hitch? Enough with the small talk. We're definitely fighting again next time. I kind of wish, like, your version, since you're both the same character, would sit up here in, with the Kamui interactions, would say the line back to him, or, like, try to correct him more so, but, like, still get it wrong. I feel like that'd be even funnier at that point. and rank up. So our next is Kamui on easy, and then ride story 7.
強くなるためには悔しいって思う気持ち
So
も
it is
大事だよね
8:11. I was like, I'm gonna end at 8. So with
僕は
that
頑張る
knowledge,
よそしていつかきっと
and we're 8 minutes from 2. I'll do the easy match at least. That way we can come back in next time and just get straight to story section versus having to go through crazy amounts with it. I do kind of hope this side of the community grows out a bit because I would love to do like one stream matches against
よろしくな勝負だ
friends and stuff, or like just people of the community. So rank's also always the option once I unlock ranked, so I don't have a problem just doing that either. Definitely sending that back. We're gonna send you back to. Yep,
スタンドアップヴァンガード
that was worth just being safe.
ライドスタンドドロー
Okay. So we're going to go in with
ライド
probably the worst option here, but not crazy bad since his unit only has 1,000 over us this first
ヴァン
turn.
ガードにアタックドライブチェック
The only real killer here is 1, we won't hit, and 2, the second turn is going to be rough depending on how he
荒れ
plays
狂
the
う
field.
邪悪なる魂解放
He played Brutal Jack, so if he doesn't put another unit down, then we're clean.
ヴァンガードにアタック
We're not clean, but you know, it's a lot better than what it was going to be. And that's mostly due to the effect of him just not being able to activate Jack.
いけ
I could say that's one bonus of not being able to attack.
アタックドライブチェック
Nope.
スタンドドロ
But this is where you can really see the issues of not having a full playset for this deck
ーアシュラカイザー
and kind of just messing around in that sense.
リアガ
Because
ー
you
ド
will
に
run into the issue of, oh man,
ヴァンガード
my
にアタック
units, they're just gonna keep bumping.
ダメー
But
ジチェ
there
ック
was not really a better option, per se.
ヴァンガードにアタッ
The
ク
Block Cougar, or not Block Cougar, Azura Kaiser
スキル
for the
発動
likes of the Azura Kaiser's special effect.
あダメージチェック
I was over here just talking through it, and I was like, oh, wait a
スキル
minute.
発動
That's a grade 3. Azura Kaiser having the effect of if he drive checks a grade 3, he gets to stand a unit back up. So, Azura Kaiser.
超俺様ライド絶対無敵アーマー撃退シュテルン・ブラウクリューガー
And Black Cougar!
スペリオルコール
We don't necessarily want to put
コール
grade. We didn't necessarily want to put our booster anywhere else because we didn't know how we were going to play this. As much as I want to put the interceptor there so we have some kind of guard, the issue is
アタック
both his blockers are 10Ks, so we have to actually run ourselves out of attacks in order to get through with our first attack.
ヴァンガードにアタックファーストチェック
This actually being the first attack that we were able to get off this whole round. And that stand's cool, but the issue with it is we don't necessarily get to do too much with it. Yep. That'd be cool if we would have had you right here a second ago, but... Stand trigger! So you get to stand, but you get the effect because hopefully we get another bonus. Oh wait, no, because it's a single check at that point. So, yeah, once again, if only you were right here behind him. That was one of those situations where our stands came into effect and they were dope. They just couldn't necessarily pull off what we needed. And the trigger! He's gonna hit one of my rear guards. We gotta heal hard. No, we're skipping the ride phase. Hold the rear guard. This is kind of an all or nothing situation on top of that. We're going to go in this order. Seize rear guard, because Prey Soldier stands on attack, as you've probably picked up from me doing it a few times now, and kind of just like hovering like, man, I really wish you were back here. We do need to take advantage here, but how we take advantage, that's going to be seen in a second. I don't know if I can necessarily trust the next draw trigger. So we're going, yeah. Or the next trigger. The next draw trigger. Ugh. Stop calling him. No hand for it, right? I don't regret it. It's just more so. Oh my dude, I just caught myself perfectly. Had to sneeze hardest all day. That's a bummer. I'll give it one more try. Had I did better hand management there, we probably would have been better off. We probably would have been better off on that ladder section where we had the opportunity to use Block Cougar's effect once more. I think we're gonna roll with this hand just because it works out in a very terrible way. It works out, but in a very terrible way. We're gonna take that first turn damage, but we'll be cool. At least we could use our brutal jack. That's a joke in that one. We're gonna toss our flame elemental out there. I think we'll toss out there like that. And then that's how we set up for our field. Would be at 16, you'd be at 15. But I need to do some better hand management, so we're gonna hold off on that. Can we make it 3? Can we make it 3, Dan? Oof. They said no. There goes our 20k, but hey. It was still worth the attempt. I think that's probably the most fun part about this game, as it's really a balancing act of being able to play your hand to your field, your opponent, and playing them out really well. And I know that's like the premise of card games, but it's more so of a balancing act because you have to really maintain a good presence all around for the ecosystem of your deck to work. I think in some other card games you have some leniency in the ability of being able to play things out properly. Whereas with this game, there is and isn't. Check. Oh yeah, give that to my boy. Give him the big crit. When this unit attack, Gold Blast 3 and draw. Well, I'm glad I got you as a draw now versus later. I would have been mad talking about some. I ain't got no block cougars on the Vanguard circle. This man just chilled in my hand, just taking damage. Told him he could be out here taking damage. When it comes down to the trigger check, I always get like, So perfect play of this. We have to get rid of those Humpty Dumpties. This kind of dictates final turn either way. Because either we can get rid of all the resources and hit, or we can't. Yo, that's the third crit on on Vanguard to Vanguard action right there. And that's a heal right there. So I think we're pretty cool even if he does Sentinel. That's how we do it right there. I have to give my boy that W. It would have been sad as all day to not have gotten that W and then moved on. Like, all right, we'll be back next week, guys, with some more of this. Not what I meant to click. There we go. That's probably my only complaint. Sometimes the reactions and interactions between the game don't necessarily link up properly. And because of that, it can be a bit annoying. But otherwise, I mean, I do have problems with how the system varies itself from the actual game to a degree, but I also
僕
understand
頑張
why.
るよ。そして
So it's one of those things where it's interesting,
デッ
and
キを強化したければ
I think that's more the more I think about why I enjoy it in its current format. It's like, yeah, because I even had this moment last time when we
いら
were
っしゃい。
just
何にする
sitting here streaming it, but like every time I load it up, I'm just like, yeah,
僕とファイトを
just
して
like
くれ
this
るかな。
goofy ass,
も
yeah.
っと強くなりたいんだ。
With that being said, with that being said, I think that's a good space for us to call it now, though. So, thank you all for sitting up here and joining me on this beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whatever the fuck it is for you, because I don't know your fucking schedule. Hopefully, you sat up here and you enjoyed yourself, and I provide you with some form of entertainment. To anybody that's new here, thanks so much for coming through and giving me your time despite not knowing who I am. If you sat up here and subscribe, thank you so much for that subscription. Welcome to the CerealBowlz Nation, greatest nation on the internet. If you ain't know it, now you know it. Hopefully you're doing super duper, and I provide you with your vitamins and nutrients for your entertainment breakfast. To any returning cereal bowls, as always, thank you for coming through. If you're sharing your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations, all that goodness that makes me want to stream longer, better, faster, stronger, just to talk to you guys on a consistent basis. To uh, dudes who aren't already a part of the nation, be sure to get yourself subscribed so you can sit up here and check out some more content. Additionally, if you have any comments on this because you're watching this after the fact that I streamed it, feel free to leave the comments. Rather, it's you talking about stuff that you've pulled in Vanguard, stuff that you've done in Vanguard, because you might be a ranked player. Maybe you just want to talk about stuff that I did, or maybe you just want to say hello. Feel free to leave it down below, and I'll get to you as soon as possible. To anybody that wants the social medias, the social media links will be inside of the description if you want to check those out. See other things that your boy is doing outside of streaming. Additionally, there's the likes of the names on the screen if you'd like to check those out for other purposes, for the same purposes as well, pretty much. And then there's our Patreon supporter, Mr. Cam Popplestone, who we have to thank for supporting and allowing us to do this on a consistent basis. So appreciate you, my dude. If you dudes would like extra perks that Mr. Cam Popplestone gets, you should go check out the likes of the Patreon and what's up there. Finally, there's more videos for you dudes to check out in between this stream and the next thing that I do. So if you're interested in that, feel free to go check it out. But with all that being said, I'm out. Munch, munch, munch. Peace out. That's a wrap. And I'll catch you later.